The story of John Edward Jones, the tragedy of Nutty Putty Cave ***. The beginning, an exploratory journey ***. On the evening of November 24, 2009, John Edward Jones, a 26-year-old medical student, decided to embark on an exploratory trip to Nutty Putty Cave in the state of Utah, USA. He was accompanied by his brother, Josh Jones, and some family members and friends. John was no stranger to cave exploration. He had been practicing this hobby since childhood. However, he had taken a break from it for several years due to his studies and family commitments. He was married and had a 1-year-old daughter, with a second child on the way. The cave was known for its narrow passages and complex tunnels that required significant crawling and maneuvering through rocks. Despite this, John decided to return to this hobby with his brother, driven by a spirit of adventure. The fatal mistake ***. After entering the cave around 8 p.m., John began crawling through narrow, dark passages, using his hands and knees to push his body forward. He was searching for a passage known as the Birth Canal, a very narrow but passable tunnel. However, when he entered one of the narrow passages, he realized he had misjudged the location. He found himself in a passage narrower than he had anticipated, but he believed that continuing forward would be easier than turning back. He began crawling forward until he was upside down, with his body wedged between the rocks. When he tried to turn back, he realized he couldn't move. His body was completely stuck, and there wasn't enough space to bend his arms or move his legs to push himself backward. The first rescue attempts ***. Upon realizing he was stuck, John began shouting for his brother, Josh, who rushed to his aid. Josh tried to pull John by his feet, but the passage was too narrow, making it impossible. Josh quickly realized the gravity of the situation and rushed out of the cave to call rescue teams. Within less than 3 hours, emergency teams arrived at the scene and began the rescue operation, which soon became one of the most challenging cave rescues in history. Race against time ***. Once the rescue teams arrived, they faced a significant obstacle, the extremely narrow passage. They couldn't use ordinary tools to pull John out, and the position he was stuck in made it nearly impossible to extract him without endangering his life. The rescuers tried several strategies. 1. Tying a harness around his legs to attempt pulling him out, but the pressure on his body was too intense, causing him severe pain. 2. Attempting to break the rocks around him to widen the passage, but the rocks were too hard, and the drilling was extremely slow. 3. Introducing air and water devices to relieve the pressure on him, but this wasn't enough to keep him comfortable. Despite the rescue team's efforts, John continued to suffer. His body was upside down for an extended period, causing blood to pool in his head, which could lead to loss of consciousness or even death due to excessive pressure on blood vessels. The final moments ***. After more than 27 hours of failed attempts, John's body began to deteriorate. He was suffering from oxygen deprivation, his pulse slowed, and it became clear that his chances of survival were fading. In a tragic moment, John lost consciousness, and shortly after, doctors declared his death due to cardiac arrest resulting from severe physical stress and the lack of blood flow to his brain. The difficult decision ***. After John's death, the authorities faced a new dilemma: how to retrieve his body. However, after all attempts failed, the authorities decided that the best option was to seal the cave entirely, leaving John's body inside as a memorial, to prevent any other explorer from meeting the same fate. In December 2009, Nutty Putty Cave was permanently sealed using concrete to prevent anyone from entering it again. The legacy of the story ***. The story of John Edward Jones became one of the most famous tragic incidents in the history of cave exploration, serving as a warning to all explorers not to enter narrow caves without precise knowledge of the path and its risks. His story also inspired numerous films and documentaries, the most famous of which is the 2016 film The Last Descent, which reenacts his final moments. Conclusion ***. The story of John Edward Jones is not just a tale about cave exploration, it is an important lesson about the limits of human capability and the dangers that may lurk in the most unexpected places. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and enable notifications to receive new and mysterious stories like this one.